YouTube and Facebook friends. This is our last video because it's the last day of our early adopter sale of the Queen's Assassin. Once again, just to remind you, this is a game that I invented with my kids one night when we were bored. And it kind of grew legs and became its own kind of thing. So we've been playtesting it for about 3 months and pretty aggressively for the last 3 weeks. So this is our final day of the early adopter sale. I just want to reiterate some things for you. The Queen's Assassin is a 90 card game. It's fun, it's fast-paced, it's turn-based, and it's right now for 2 to 4 players, and most games can be played in under an hour, depending on who you're playing with. When you get this, you're going to get some instruction cards. You're also going to get a darker deck, which is your main playing deck, and you're going to get a blue deck, which is your character deck. And so what you're going to do with your characters, you're just going to separate them into colors, and we have green and blue, gray, and red colored characters. You can choose to be the red kingdom, the blue kingdom, and you're going to decide how many characters you're going to play with. 1 to 3 to 5. If you want to play 5 characters, it's going to be a long game. If you're going to play 3 to 4, it's going to be a medium average game. So that's kind of how the deciding of the characters works. In your main playing cards, we have 4 suits. We have green, we have brown, blue, gray, and then we have these special cards. Now, the important thing for you to understand is that every single card has multiple functions. So on the gray card, you have your capture and your attacks. Both of those are very necessary for you to win this game. On the blue card, you've got your mercenaries and you've got your torture. So your jailers who torture people in your dungeons. You also have your brown card has your king's decrees and your bribes, because if someone chooses to torture you in your dungeon, you want to send in a bribe to say, hey, please don't torture me today. We also have the green card, and the green card has your shields, your healing. It can be a bodyguard at times, and it can also rescue you from the reach. So the green card, very powerful card, absolutely necessary for you to have in the game. Problem is often when you have a green card, you don't need it, and the other times, which happens way more often, when you need a green card, you can't find it. So when these show up, you want to use them. Then we have the specialty cards. The specialty cards can be saving you, they can be destroying other people, they can be like a nuclear bomb for everyone. Most of our special cards were invented by playtesters while they were playing. They said, we should have a card that does this, and so I invented a card that does this. When you do buy the Queen's Assassin, I would encourage you to download the Queen's Assassin, the instructions guide. Currently it's 24 pages long. The game is not that difficult, but it does have an overview. It has a little tiny story about the game. It also has a gameplay walkthrough for those of you who want to see it. It also thoroughly explains every single card. I think it's necessary for you to have for your first few games. If you ever lose your copy, there's always one at k5gaming.com. And the last thing, for some of you who maybe haven't noticed this, when you buy the game from thegamecrafter.com, you can also get a free download of Bludgeon. Now, Bludgeon is the game that we invented that uses regular cards. So, even though you're going to have to wait for this deck to come, any deck of cards that you get at Walmart or any other store, even the dollar store, you can play Bludgeon. Now the nice thing about Bludgeon is it has all of the basic game mechanics of the Queen's Assassin, but you can play it right away. You can actually play it today, start. It's simple, it's simplified, but you're already starting to understand the concepts behind the Queen's Assassin when you start playing Bludgeon. Thank you very much for being a part of this. Thank you for sharing the videos. Today is the early adopter sale. It's the final day. So if you're going to buy the game now, if you're going to buy the game, buy it now, because tomorrow the price goes way up, and I stop advertising to you and start advertising to the rest of the entire world. So.